the elimination of misleading videos and the enactment of sharing such videos being a criminal act, the faith and trust will be restored between law enforcement officers and members of the society. Enacting and enforcing a law that prevents individuals from recording and sharing the video that they recorded will lead to a stronger relationship between cops and societies. Every day there are countless positive interactions and extremely constructive interaction between cops and citizens that go unnoticed. Unfortunately, there are countless videos that are being shared. The first time that an interaction goes sour, the individual whips out their phone, they record the cop, they try to get the cop's name, what they're doing wrong. A lot of the times it's the individual that is not complying correctly. But that video is shared virally. Not only does it look bad for that officer, it looks bad for the entire agency and the county, city, state, whatever it may be. Through the elimination of being able to share that video, as I mentioned, the trust and faith would be restored because there are a lot of positive and influential activities that go on between cops that very rarely are recognized. It's only the negative ones that are recognized. And if an individual feels as if someone else or themselves is being mistreated by a law enforcement officer, then it should be their right to record that interaction. But the problem is they should not be able to release any of that footage to social media sites, to friends, whatever it may be. That video should be for their personal keeping and for their attorney as well. Another point I'd like to touch on is that the government at a city, state, and federal level needs to perform more community outreach and dedicate a specific department that deals with complaints about police officers more effectively than what they currently do. Although there is already a department like this, there is a department that should be developed that individuals have the opportunity to meet with a neutral attorney. During that interaction, that's when they would be able to provide the video that they recorded whenever they felt like their interaction was unjustified. And with that being said, if an individual does feel like they were just completely mistreated, they would be able to then solve the issue, and it wouldn't be them defending themselves against the police department, but rather the police department defending themselves against that individual. Finally, the last point I'd like to make is that individuals across the country, as well as members of the court system, must stop making rash decisions off a video that does not capture the entirety of the interaction. As I mentioned earlier, just because something is displayed in a video, that does not mean that the truth has been entirely captured. The key to success and restoring the faith and the trust in our officers is quite simple. We must trust in the officers. They've gone through extensive training. There's been research. It's not something that is just, they're not just given a badge. They're certified, they're qualified to be in their position, and that's something that must be honored. And again, as mentioned earlier, the camera is a piece of technology that is unable to detect emotions, fear, all of everything that's said, all of everything that is seen, whether it's movements towards a weapon, etc. In conclusion, body cameras are poisoning the relationship between the public and law enforcement. It is a responsibility of the government to enact laws and programs that help to restore the relationship, and members of society must do their part as well. Their part consists of not overreacting about videos that they see online, as well as having a full understanding of every situation before sharing their opinion or trying to create protests or riots or whatever it may be. At the end of the day, the body cameras are not the answer. In fact, they are the problem, and they are the reasoning for the declining relationship between law enforcement officers and the society. Protecting our officers and trusting in their training and abilities will provide justice, and it will also restore the relationship between the cops and the individuals.